Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Bernet. I'm thrilled to be here on behalf of LocWorld Conference and the Process Innovation Challenge. I'm here with my co-producer of the Process Innovation Challenge, the founder, the creator, Dave Ruane. Dave, how are you today?
Hey, Alex, great to be here. Fantastic. Summertime where I am.
Summertime here too. I know it's been a month since the conference, but I don't know. I'm still trying to find my vacation myself.
Yeah, lots of catch up since, but yeah, innovation continues.
So super excited to be here today with our winner of the 12th pick. The Process Innovation Challenge took place back on July 12th, back in Berlin, Germany, as part of LocWorld 47. It was our 12th Process Innovation Challenge, and we're thrilled to be here today with the winner, Andrea Ballista.
So thank you for the introduction, Alex and Dave. It's great to be here today and to have the chance to talk again to you after Berlin. Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for being here.
Great to have you here. Yeah. And, you know, Andrea, let's kick things off and, you know, tell us about what your innovation is about. You know, what is it? What can it do? What's it about?
Yeah, basically, I've been starting to work with voices kind of 25, 30 years ago. And at the end of the day, say, let's think about as we are representing voices in a virtual space. So the innovation is basically giving emotion to virtual voices, to virtual actors, rather than using the normal solution, the traditional solution. Since voice is one of the most powerful means of connection between humans, and it's true in any language, any culture, and voice is very, very important to communicate emotional and expressive contents to all the people. Yeah.
So
Dave,
it's the emotional side of things. It's that expressive voice, which sometimes can be hard to get right. It's I'm a native English speaker, and I probably only understood expressive voice when I learned a bit of Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, definitely there are already some synthetic voices, but we need to go beyond. We need to start from concrete real cases and use cases and find solutions to those use cases, since synthetic voices can be used not in multiple areas at the moment, and we want to like to break down some walls and try to innovate with the new technology and find solutions to new use cases. Yeah.
Yeah, we were really blown away when we saw this innovation, and we're hoping, you know, in this conversation, people feel that energy, and we're doing enough expressive voicing to show our interest. But let's talk about the problem, right? So what is the problem that's solving and the use case it can be used in, and how big is that?
Yeah, basically, we are talking in an expressive way is very important for any kind of communication. So also for publishers and brands to engage with the user community, sharing experiences is becoming more and more relevant. And of course, this is a problem that is affecting community everywhere in the world. Okay, so this is the fact that at the moment is very complicated and time consuming and expensive to use expressive voices with real humans to communicate all these kind of experiences. So there's lots of untold stories and untold experience that we would like to give voice. And from our estimates, the overall amount of the potential market is a kind of 9 billion. Okay, so it's definitely a very large amount of content that now can't be told in an expressive way.
And so, wow, that's big enough problem to solve, I suppose, for someone. So what about the mechanics of that? So, you know, this is an AI technology. What does it do? How does it work, and what does it do?
Yeah, so basically the thing is that once we are dubbing, okay, a game or a video or whatever, there's a lot of action that now are done, okay? And one of the things is that you need to be available a huge amount of voices, not just the one that you can train on and you can clone. So we need something more than cloning. The fact is that let's think about the technology that can reproduce basically similar voices with any voices. Same time, on top of the type of voice and the voice texture, we need to have styles, different styles. And then we need to transfer this in multiple languages. So if you put any voice, any style, any language, you have a new tech. And you have a technology that can help to start from one source and go to any other locale and any other language, simplifying the globalization voice process.
Wow. So hold on a second. I'm just thinking of something here, Alex. If we wanted our voices to be moved into another language for the PIC, could it do that, Andrea?
Let's not scare everyone, but
yes, of course. Yes. This
wow,
is
very
possible.
cool.
So the system is basically just a voice. So we need the translation, but I'm sure that the LOC people have a lot of solution for giving words, but we can activate voices and put the voices into the words. Yes, that's for sure.
Great. I always wanted to speak Japanese. I don't know about you, Alex.
Yeah, it will be good. Easy. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so that's a bit the mechanism, you know, the how, the background to it. Why did what are the potential benefits of this for the use cases that you've described?
Yeah, basically the system will be cloud-based, okay, and everybody can access this, and reducing the normal timing from months to days, reducing the cost, of course, and massively improving efficiency and scalability. So this will not be a business to consumer, it will be a business to business, highly professional tool, but this will solve the problem of assessing the talent, finding the talent, doing the casting, doing the pre-production, doing the post-production, and this can be done 24/7. That would be super important. Yeah.
So let's talk about those multiples and specific. So how many multiples less in terms of time and cost for any given use case?
Yeah, basically regarding the time, I mean, production that can be done in a couple of months can be reduced to 1 week, since we don't have real humans. We have GPUs and we have models, and they cannot be tired. You can use it whenever you need.
So it could be eight times less potentially.
Yeah. I mean, even more, since of course, the time, the number of words that can be produced by a single human in a studio, it varies according to the constraints of the recording. But for the AI models, these are not so impacting at all. So if you have, let's say, 10 hours recorded audio original, you can create this in 10 or 20 hours for, let's say, working with the models. And this is massively improved. But if you want to do 10 hours already recorded with the normal system, it will take days and days. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks so much for giving us the background on the innovation too. I'm curious to know a little bit about your experience with the Process Innovation Challenge and how you found us. Can you talk a little bit about how you came across the PIC, and the platform, and why did you go about entering in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm a kind of industry veteran, so I knew LocWorld from a while, even if my side of business was games and audio for games specifically. So, and I was, of course, going to checking magazine, and marketing. And of course, LocWorld is one of our, potential, we need to get there and hear what the industry is talking about, okay? And then I found out the PIC, and we are a startup, and we have new technology. So we just made 2 + 2 is 5, and let's try. Let's apply, and that's what we've done. So, and this is definitely very, very important, I think. Yeah, but it was quite natural fit. Yeah.
Well, and you won in your first time presenting in the PIC. Can you tell us, what have been the immediate short-term impacts from winning?
Yeah, I mean, we are a startup, so we have a new technology, and we want to people is aware about what we're doing. And I think that the PIC has been really, really helping in make us more visible in respect to the industry, and especially from the fact that the PIC this year has been done in a one single room with no other conferences. So the level of attention that you guys have been able to put into this has been very, very important. And as you have been, say, telling at the beginning of the opening of the conference, innovation is everywhere. And we need to innovate every day. It's not just to start thinking that, okay, maybe a Sunday morning I can innovate something. No, it's something that you need to do systematically. And I think the audience has been very, very interested in hear what's going on, since they one day maybe use it. Okay, that's it.
Well, and I know people were absolutely, really enthusiastic about yours and the other 4 finalists that were in that final round with us as well. I'm curious, can you talk a little bit about the experience of going through and taking your innovation and distilling it down to basically a 3-minute and 30-second pitch, and then taking hot questions from, 4 dragons, our process dragons, who help judge and also coach the innovators through the competition, but they're coming with difficult questions, both from the localization side, but also from the venture capital side. Talk a little bit about the experience of how do you get your message down to a very distilled, short pitch?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Since it's always very hard when you need to put down to 3 minutes something that they've been working on from more than 2 years, and at the same time you need to put all the experience that we accumulated in 25 years. So how we can deliver that? So we basically come down to the essence of it and try to make examples, since what we do in our case was not just telling the story, but let the system talk. And this has been something that's been compressed in 3 minutes. For the rest, for the QA, we have been, say, with my co-founders and the team here, we have been chatting about this, challenging every day. So no problem with any questions, since it's very difficult to find questions that we have not yet done to ourselves. But questions are always happy, always welcome, and make us be stronger, since we need to challenge before. But it's very challenging, Alex, very challenging, yeah.
Well, I think it certainly helped that you had already distilled things so well and that you had such a clear way of explaining what your innovation was. I'd like to look a little bit longer term now. So we've seen what the short-term impacts are. How is this improving your conversations with potential buyers of the technology and the way that you introduce what your innovation is to the rest of the industry?
Yes. So first thing is create interest. So what these guys are doing, it's really working. Maybe it can be helpful, and try to have a chat and have the opportunity to communicate what we're doing also face to face. And then if the interest is there and then a potential need, go for a demo, since definitely we need to have the system talk. And it's difficult to represent with words. If you hear it, it's definitely very, very important. And from the demo, maybe we can set up the prototype access and then proceed with the conversation. But definitely be visible, raise interest, explain what you're doing, and then proceed with the conversation to see if there's any fit. So but the exposure of the PIC has been very important. I had a lot of contacts, and so we are very happy. It's been extremely useful. Yeah, absolutely.
We love hearing that. Yeah, we love hearing that, Andrea. It's we've built this platform, both Alex and I and other folks in the background, to really be that kind of stage and platform where your innovation can shine. So we were both delighted, as well as folks at LocWorld's, that you were able to do that, and it's great to hear that. It's been a positive experience both during and afterwards.
Yeah. No, that's definitely extremely important to be there, and of course to win. And definitely the challenge to create a new technology is something very, very, special, since usually technology are done by the big guys. Okay, so why these little guys would like to create a new tech? Why they do not have all of it? How they can start the engine? And I have to say that a big help would be coming also from European Commission, since we have been winning a grant in 2021, and this can be light a little fire. And so this would be really helpful to be prepared and arrive at the peak with something that can be heard by the people. So, and then we are going to proceed. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the grant, because I remember reading about you last year, and I was wondering to myself, I wonder, will we see Andrea at the PIC in the future? So,
Yes.
you know, that's happened, and
That's happened.
well done
That's
to you
happened.
and your team.
That's happened. Yeah.
I have a question just about, you know, one of the things that both Alex and I, as we've hosted this platform, you know, 12 times now, and we see different approaches to innovation, and you had a very visual and oral approach with the background actors, so you could hear an actor on stage, and then you could actually hear the equivalent in 4 languages, and it sounded like that same person. And I actually, if anyone's doesn't know what I'm talking about, do go to the LocWorld YouTube channel and find the final recording, and you'll see what we're talking about there. You see Andrea and the other 4 finalists on stage. But well, we're checking that out. But did you have a Eureka moment, either during your development of this pitch or at any stage in developing the idea for your innovation? Was there a Eureka moment for you?
Yeah, definitely has been a couple of moments in which we were really enjoying this ride. Okay. And I've been working with the voice for a long time. I'm personally a singer, so used to use my voice in singing and controlling emotions. Okay, so and this is happening physically. So studying the human emotion, how to express it in the vocal range with the phonatory system has been one of my passion, and this innovation has been helping me to make another journey to visiting this more technically, and then how to put this into AI models. And in discovering this, there's another Eureka moment in which you say, okay, but we need to have multiple voices, multiple emotion, multiple languages. So, and putting together these 3 tokens, any voice, any style, any language, has been, okay, yeah, we need to get there, and we need to find a technology that is able to support this. So what you see in terms of technology is just a part, and maybe the use cases is just a part of the entire journey, but definitely a very important one. So, but this is some nice things, and very curious to proceed to see how it works. Yeah, absolutely.
This is very interesting. Like Alex, I don't know. This year, one of our dragons, we had 3 fantastic dragons with Bert, Patricia, Julia from the industry, and then Håkan, who is our sort of investor, eyes and ears. And Julia won the event just 3 years ago, actually, this year. And one of the things she did was she was very interested in psychology and the mind, and she could apply that to how a translator thinks. And her whole innovation was about that. And it's really interesting to hear your love of music and bringing that into your innovation. Really fantastic.
Yeah, it's good times, challenging times.
And I know that, you know, in terms of Eureka moments too, a pitch like yours lends itself to the Eureka moment for the crowd. And you know, I'm pretty sure that is the big reason why you won. It was a fantastic presentation, but people actually had the wow moment themselves as they listened to those voices, and they heard how similar they were. And it was one of those moments where we're all thinking to ourselves, we're living in the future. This is the future. And just fantastic to see it and how it came together and how you pitched it.
Yeah, thank you. It definitely has been very great to be on stage and to have the chance. A little bit scared, I have to say, but anyway, that's part of the game. So let's challenge this again.
What would your advice be to, you know, an innovator who has an innovation or an idea, and that maybe they're a little bit scared as well.
Yeah.
What could they do?
I mean, try to do a lot of pre-production and understand exactly which are the few and clear message to deliver, since audience is usually less trained than you about the innovation. So you need to be very crystal clear and identify 3 or 4 dots to put on the screen and to, let's say, address, and then get natural, since you know more than all the others, since this is an innovation. So, and try to make the people curious, to know more. The pitch is just the beginning of a story, and try to trigger some curiosity points so that the things can have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and whatever. But yeah, just do that. So that's important to challenge. Yeah.
It sounds almost poetic, Andrea. And last question from our side is, where to next?
Yeah, I mean, next is definitely San Jose, since LocWorld 48 is just around the door, just around the corner. And one of the things that we will attend, of course, we'll be happy to join the LocWorld community. And definitely we would love to deliver a message, since in Berlin, we have been able to say that we have a new tech, and in San Jose to say how you can use the tech. So arrive to a beta of the product so you can use it and test it, and not just on stage, but directly. So that would be another chapter of the story, as I was saying before. Yeah,
that's
so
really exciting. And, you know, one of the great parts of this journey is watching the evolution from Innovator to Dragon. You know, Julia was a Dragon for this last one after having won a few years ago. Maybe that journey is next for you. But what's really exciting too is just seeing how, now that you've got your innovation out there, and we'll see you in San Jose in November, you know, there's all kinds of new people that you'll be talking to and new innovators that you're going to help. It's kind of a beautiful cycle that helps bring in new talent to the process innovation too. So we're so happy to have you joining our PIC family, and congrats on winning. We have so many innovators who enter multiple times. You won on the first go, which was really impressive. So we hope that everyone will join us in San Jose in November. And I do want to just direct everyone, keep an eye on the PIC website. That's just pic.locworld.com. We're going to be opening up our call for papers for San Jose in the next month. And we encourage all the innovators out there, or if you know an innovator, please encourage them to take a look. It doesn't take long to enter, and this journey is a really amazing and eye-opening journey that can give great exposure to your company. So
absolutely. It will be a pleasure to join you in San Jose, that's for sure. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Andrea, for talking with us today. It was a real pleasure, and Dave for being here as well. And we'll see everyone in San Jose in November.
Absolutely, and thank you for taking the time for a little chat today, and congratulations for your efforts for riding the PIC and go for the challenge number 13, guys. Cool.
Thanks, guys.
One more. All the best.
Come with me.